The reason we're going to Lake Ellsworth to take a sediment core is part of the overall Lake Ellsworth project has two big science questions. One is about, is there life at the bottom of these lakes in this extreme environment? And secondly, what can we tell about whether the West Antarctic ice sheet has waxed and waned, whether it's disappeared before in the past? And the sediment core can help us with both those questions. One of the most likely places where life will be found is in the top of the sediment where it meets the lake waters. And the sediments record the ice sheet history, so if the ice sheet's ever disappeared, we'll see that very clearly in the sediments. They'll be very different.
Fundamentally, as humans, we're interested in life on Earth because we're part of it. But we're also quite interested in whether there's life on other planets. You know, are we a unique planet, or is there life on Mars, for example, which is the question NASA's been asking, and on the Moon? There's a large group of microbiologists who believe that many planets have conditions in their rocks that are suitable for microbial life to develop, and it's thought that life on Earth developed actually from microbes living in rocks, and then eventually they developed into microbes that were able to produce oxygen as a byproduct of their life, and it's that oxygen that we breathe. So the very fact that we're on this planet started with some microbes in rocks producing oxygen, and that oxygen has now created the atmosphere that we breathe. So ultimately all of the life on Earth depends on the initial state of those, or initial composition of those organisms and their biochemical processes that enable the rest of life to evolve. So there's good reason to believe that on many other planets some of the preconditions for life could actually be present. If you want to study that, obviously it's extremely expensive to go to Mars or to the Moon. So one place you can go is some of the most extreme environments on Earth, and it's very difficult to think of a more extreme environment than the bottom of a subglacial lake that's buried beneath 3 kilometres of ice, is pitch black, as Mike has said, has very or quite unknown chemical conditions down there, and has been locked away for tens of thousands, if not millions of years. So, you know, this is a perfect opportunity for us to learn something about the fundamentals of life on Earth.
I think there is another reason why I think it's important, and it comes down to that fundamental kind of human curiosity. It's not just scientists who are interested in life in extreme environments. You know, it's fundamental exploration science. That's great for scientists, but so what? Actually, when I talk to people who aren't scientists, they're interested in life in extreme environments. So they're interested in, you know, mid-ocean ridges with black smokers that have these weird and wonderful bacteria that live in them. They're interested in the fact that life lives several kilometres down in the crust. They're interested in finding life in unusual places. It tells us more about the planet. People are genuinely interested in this as exploration science. Nobody's ever looked down there.